Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining us for VendrCast Episode 9. I'm here at Infinity Park, and I'm joined by two incredible guests. Jackson Christensen of Bibero Meeting and Events.
Fibro, but that's
Bibero,
close. That's
Bibero.
close.
Okay, I should have just said BME. Should have just went for the BME. And Pablo Zacarias. He is a passionate event professional and the meeting planner to watch out for in 2026, which we will talk about.
You didn't mess with my name. Good job.
I know. Hey, listen. Hey, we're off on a great
You're
start
doing it
already.
right.
I know. And before we get into our conversation, right, I want to shout out our sponsors because they're the ones that make this possible. Lionsgate Event Center, located in Lafayette, this is truly a unique and beautiful venue, and their team is amazing. If you are looking for a venue, don't look much further as Lionsgate has everything you need and more. Instant Impact Health. Made right here in Colorado, Instant Impact Health makes all sorts of vitamins, supplements, and they are perfect for event professionals. Vendor Hub and Venue Hub. We love you, Don Williams. Thank you for supporting us and everything we do. And I was just actually out at the JCC in Boulder for the Holiday Hoedown, and it was a really incredible space, and it was extremely versatile. They really transformed it, and they even had a built-in dance floor and stage. So, if you're looking for a venue for anything you need, JCC Boulder,
I like to
Oh,
dance.
fantastic.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely, definitely one to look out for. And our venue sponsor is Infinity Park. Infinity Park is now booking for 2026. Our premier space is our award-winning ballroom featuring 360 immersive screens and lighting. This venue also includes multiple breakout spaces, both indoor and outdoor, a large gated outdoor area, free parking, dedicated venue and AV managers, and close proximity to Denver and Cherry Creek areas. Fun fact about Infinity Park: the event center is connected to a rugby stadium where they host a world-renowned international rugby tournament every year, Rugby Town Sevens, along with professional rugby matches and community events such as summer movie nights, a city fireworks show, and Halloween trunk or treat events. So please make sure you guys are looking out for that in 2026.
And the best LED screens in the ballroom.
Oh,
That's very true.
they do have the best LED
Yeah.
streams in the
Very
ballroom.
true.
Special shout out.
Yeah, are you familiar with
I haven't had the opportunity to use the screens yet.
yeah.
It's hopefully in the near future, but it's amazing what they have here.
That's awesome. No, like I remember we were at the gala, the MPI gala, and just walking in, you just felt like you were underwater. It was a really,
Yeah.
really cool experience, right?
Yeah, that gala was amazing also.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Well, hey, let's get started with our conversation. And honestly, the way we kind of just usually do this is we just kind of have a conversation about whatever and we just go with the flow and kind of just share our wins, losses about, pretty much, you know, in the event meeting professional industry, right? But also like personal side too, because at the end of the day, we're just three guys who are passionate and having a
Same guys.
conversation. Absolutely, right? So, who wants to start? I mean, I'm just interested in learning more about you, who you are, where you're from, that kind of stuff.
I can jump in.
Absolutely.
So I'm Jackson, COO of Fibro Meetings and Events, otherwise known as BME. Uh, we're a relatively small and new company. We've been around for about almost 6 years now. So I think we've passed the major markers for a new business, the first year, 5 year. But we're looking to grow and expand, but in sort of some different avenues. We work a lot in the association space, and we would love to get into something that's got bigger budgets,
Mm,
specifically for what we can do to give back to the folks that are going to be in attendance.
mhm,
And it's that's the passion of it for me and my partners at BME is to be able to use the funds that are available to give as much back to everybody that is there as a guest and get the most out of it, because it's not just doesn't have to be learning, I guess.
It's about the experience. That's how they're going to retain the information.
mhm.
Yeah. And then a little additional backstory on me is this is career number 2
Cool.
coming back to. Started in hospitality, got out for a little while, and I was in corporate America doing business strategy and analytics.
Got it.
So I have a little bit of a different lens on the events world than some of the other folks that may have talked to or
Yeah.
just in general. So I'm looking forward to exploring the conversation today.
Yeah, likewise. I'm sure you have some exciting insight about, kind of like what
Yeah.
no, I mean, just like as far as like having that, like looking at the analytics for businesses and like having that understanding of events and like kind of like how they share similarities,
Oh yeah.
right? And like where the parallels are. It's kind of what I meant. And
Every
like
event is a little
enlightening that.
business
Yeah.
for sure.
And for the
Exactly.
ROI. And that's
Hmm.
why we do the events.
Yeah.
True,
Yeah.
absolutely. I mean, that's interesting you say that, right? Because like, we do events, as you said in your bio, you combine people and purpose.
100%.
And I really liked the way you said that. And I want to kind of ask you, if you don't mind,
Yeah.
kind of like explain that a little bit.
First, I'll introduce myself. Pablo Zacarias. I am a corporate event planner here in Denver. And as Jared said, I'm passionate about what I do and everything that I put into purpose and perspective. Like what we had said earlier, as far as creating the experience, connecting that with the
Mhm.
attendee, um, the attendee overall outlook and what they're getting out from the event.
Kind of like
Yeah,
experience ties right alongside engagement.
100%.
Exactly. Because I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, you want your guests to remember the experience
Yeah.
and take it with them and compare, you know what I mean? Like, so it's always just like it was a fun experience. It was a good time. And not only that, they met good people. And you need to put them in a space like that's one thing I found about events, right? It's very scientific, like how you construct the event, and because you need to
Yeah.
have it where they have something to do the entire time, but not enough,
Keep them
like keep
engaged.
them
Yeah.
engaged, but you have to make sure it's not
But not too
all at
engaged.
once.
Yes. You don't want them to skip the education if there's an education
Exactly.
component.
Exactly, like, you don't want them to, burn through all the activities, and it's like, "What do I do with the next 2 hours?" You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So it's
Mhm.
like it's very interesting to balance that. I never considered something like that until I started actually working, within the industry and with event professionals,
Well, it
so
goes back to what Jackson said about having the bigger budgets. And I feel like
Yep.
that's one of the things that has been difficult with the actuality of what the attendee or what the client wants and
Yeah.
what they want to portray. But then also, we want the stars and moon, but we have this much money to do it. So
Absolutely. And it's not like they're getting bigger budgets, but it's more of a challenge for
be
guys like you and
creative.
I. Yeah. How far can we stretch this budget? How much can we give back to the guest? And how can we deliver that vision that the client had and really ensure that we're meeting the marks on all of these?
mm.
I think it's diving into the experience. I really, like I said, passionate about experiential, and
Yeah.
going to, destinations and figure out
Mm.
how can you make that budget stretch? Do you want more things or do you want
Yeah.
more activities or do you want more experience? So kind of put it in the client's hands of what kind of create their own adventure, just per se.
So in line with that, right, what is one aspect, and you both can answer this, what is one aspect that you feel clients overlook, right? Because they didn't, like, realize the importance of it, and then they come back later and they're like, "Oh, we should have done this." Like, what's the one that's like, "I really recommend you to take a second look at this because this you may wanna put more money here," or something like that. Yeah, I'm just curious.
Well, I feel like it's, not putting the attendees' perspective front. Like they're kind of planning the conference, but they're not really living out the conference as they're planning it.
Yeah. No, I can see that.
That's so true. I'm going to go a little different route and pick on something a little more tangible,
Please.
coffee.
Mm,
They
Coffee?
never, ever think about coffee. And almost everywhere you can work with a DMC and bring in a coffee vendor for about the same as what you're paying at the hotel. And the guest gets this whole experience of getting there in the morning throughout the day and getting an espresso, a cappuccino, a latte, whatever they want. And it's all built in, but you're not having
Yeah.
kind of the standard carafe of coffee. And
he's so expensive.
and people like that. Coffee's a daily ritual for a lot of us, and
100%.
so when you can keep that and give that back to the guest,
Yeah.
they really, really remember that.
That's a great point. I'd never thought coffee would be that important, but the more you say it, I was just at an event in
Yeah.
Florida, right? And they just brought it was at the Gaylord, incredible area, and they brought these coffee tables and everything. And I mean, it would be really cool just to have someone, like you need a couple, right?
Oh,
'Cause,
yeah.
like it's just like we
Yeah.
making coffee or whatever, but like maybe even just if you have a 3-day conference, maybe one of the mornings you do
Mhm.
that, right? Like, maybe not every morning, but just enough where, they really understand that they're being taken care of. They're not just here to sit in meeting, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
we actually we care about you and we wanna take care of you. So, that's really cool. Absolutely.
I'm finding, coffee is great, but also, I was just at a conference where I had
Please.
6 or 7 cups of coffee throughout the morning. I'm
Yeah,
like, "Oh my gosh, we had coffee and pastries." And, for someone
that's a good
that
point.
is focused on maybe not drinking so much caffeine, like, is there other, like,
Yeah.
like green tea
Tea, I
or
was
other
about to say
energy boosters that you
tea
do
is
throughout the day?
fantastic. Yeah, like, I totally agree with you.
Or
Coffee for me is a morning. Like, I got coffee in the
Yeah.
if I miss coffee, my coffee window is between, like, 7 to, like, 10. Right?
Yeah.
After that, I'm kinda looking
pushing
for,
it.
like, an Alani or you know what I mean? Or, like, maybe,
Sure.
like, just
Something different.
something different, right? But coffee, absolutely, right, is an experience. Like, people love their morning coffees but also tea. Tea is great. Like I said, when I was in Florida, like, in the afternoon, like, nothing hit like this, it was like a blood orange tea. It was
Oh, yum.
caffeinated.
That sounds yummy.
Absolutely,
Very yummy.
right? It was
But
fantastic.
also, is it caffeinated? So
It was caffeinated, so
okay.
listen, we got a
Yeah.
little bit of a boost, and we felt
Right.
healthy while doing
You
it.
Right.
get a little pick me up for the afternoon
Yeah.
session, and
100%.
then you get to go wrap for dinner and hang with the friends.
But
Exactly,
I would
right?
I have also seen in, some wellness sessions or some, afternoon breath exercises or
Mhm.
different ways to move the oxygen within your brain.
Yeah.
Yep.
Also, scenting is a big thing that I've seen in conferences
Yes.
where,
Scenting is a
if
good
you,
one too.
there's certain scents that you can put into a room, like
Yeah.
citrus, that will, again, like, as you think of citrus, you think of orange juice,
Like,
think of first thing in the morning, kind of creates those triggers in your brain. So there's different ways, I guess, too.
It's interesting you bring that up. I saw a video, and I mean, it works. This it was the guy from the Bananas
the Savannah
Savannah Bananas?
Bananas?
Yeah, and he was
Which one?
talking and he was talking about how, he models everything that he does at his events and stuff after Walt Disney.
Yeah.
And the big thing
Huh.
Walt Disney didn't think about what he couldn't control. He's like, "Are people gonna like it? I can't control that, but what I can control, how many entrances there are, how it smells when you walk in, what are you hearing, what are you seeing,
Yeah.
like, I can control that." And all of those
It's like a
qualities
meeting planner.
carry over to
Well,
meeting planning.
that and Walt Disney in particular, the goal was the experience, and that's the experience for the guests, not the folks that are working, not the kid that's having a meltdown because they didn't get to meet Minnie or Mickey. Like things happen, life
Hey,
happens, but the goal is
that's still a
is
scar for me, bro.
the goal is
He saw them, yeah.
yeah.
Without
Just walked away from me, Ben.
But
Continue.
when they can really bring that whole experience together,
Mhm,
and there's a lot of internal things that they have at Disney, and there's a bunch of books about it by Lee Cockerell. Super nice guy. But it's like they have everybody on site at a Disney property has things that they can do to make the guest experience better. That
absolutely.
it's like a Four Seasons. They have a budget. They're like, hey, I can do up to this for this guest. They requested a bath bomb. I'm gonna order a bath bomb or
Mhm,
send somebody out to go get it. And that might turn around somebody's whole day, their entire stay, might convert them to a Four Seasons or a Disney person for life. And you can do it the same thing with your events, right?
mhm.
You throw the greatest event, people are going to want to see what you do next year and keep coming back because not only did you remember that it's like, oh, hey, Pablo, it's so nice to see you again. That's big. But, when they're comfortable, they're going to be a little bit more fun. They're going to be more engaged. They're going to be more participative in the meditations, in
Mhm.
the wellness exercises that are going to just make everything else so much better.
I feel like when you look at a conference, it's kind of like going to an amusement park. If
Yeah.
you go to enough of them, often or regularly, you start to use them as, you start to expect the things you've seen them before. Like, oh my gosh, there was coffee here before, where now there's a juice bar, and kind of start
Mm.
putting yourself through the attendee experience. I feel like, you're speaking about Disney World, someone has had to go through those steps. I'm like, oh, now we need this here, and
Yeah.
now we need this here. So, 100%, it's all about the experience, and conferences are just like a amusement park.
So, in line with that, right? So, like, what is a good way to connect the people and the experience, right? So, like, what do you feel works best? Like, do you think group activities is a good way to do it, or is it like you just create a space for people to kind of be themselves? Because at the end of the day, you're dealing with a wide range of people. You have
Hmm.
people who are extroverted, You have people who are introverted, people who are like, they've had this on their calendar since last year. Like they literally booked their hotel before they left. You have people who I have to be here because my boss tells me to be here.
Yeah.
And you
The
need
introverts, the extroverts.
exactly, you're right. How do you create like what are some of your advice to create experiences that encompasses all and includes all without making all feel like they have to do something. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because it's just at the end of the day, you want it to be natural and to just people feel at home and that welcome and all of that. And balancing that is a very difficult thing.
Yeah, I would say, participation isn't mandatory.
Yeah.
It's your choose your own
Mhm.
adventure. So you're not pressuring them to do XYZ activity, but also have a variety of activities that are going to touch on multiple ways to interact with each other and network.
Yeah. And, you can also include like a quiet room for the folks that don't want to participate,
Point.
but they can still go be with like-minded people,
Mhm.
and maybe they chat, maybe they don't, but they're still participating in their way, even though it's not at the puppy parade
Yeah.
or, the guided meditation or the trust
I'm sorry.
fall.
Did you say puppy parade?
Yeah.
Okay, is that a thing?
Yeah.
That is a
There's yeah,
genius
there's
idea.
puppies
Listen,
at
I
MIT.
Yeah.
that's a
Yeah.
fantastic idea. I mean, listen, that would turn my day around so quick. I
And then
mean,
you turn around to have it a CSR component as well. Like
Yep.
have a puppy and then take it home with you. I'm like, okay, well,
see, that's the cool thing though. Like, and that's why you guys are so incredible what you do. Like, you take, oh, you want to have like puppies are coming, like, and just make your guests happy. Well, we could also do this, this, this,
Yep.
this, and this, and it all works together. At the end of the day, we're all helping one another. So in
let's
that,
taking that one step. I mean, focusing back on the purpose. I'm like, okay,
Yep.
now we to this component. I'm like, okay,
yeah,
let's take it even further and see how far we can make it to its perfection. But I feel like, even with something like Disney World, it's never going to be perfection because it's always going to be a
Goodness.
step that you can improve the experience. I think that's how a meeting planner should think.
I don't. Yeah, I think perfection is just an illusion, right? It's something we strive
That's
for,
right
but
here.
never truly.
I agree. It is right there.
No, you're absolutely right. My bad. Perfection, like I look up a dictionary. It's you, right?
It's P.
Boom.
It starts with P, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Start with a
great.
P. No, that's so funny. But no, like you're absolutely right. Like perfection is something to be cool. But like if we ever get perfect, then people become complacent, right?
Yes.
And
Have
so you should
expectations.
expectations for sure.
But
And so you were saying,
I think along those lines, in this industry in particular, we can't ever get to perfect because by the
yeah,
time we're perfect, there is something new that we want to incorporate. And we got to figure out how that puzzle piece fits in. Even though we have the full border done and we just got a new edge piece, we got to figure out how it fits. So perfect, as much as it is an illusion, it's something we can continue to strive for in hospitality because things evolve so
yeah,
often and we can bring new things in and phase old things out and really continue to focus on that guest experience. Like,
yeah.
what is the guest getting out of it?
There's always room
true.
for improvement. I don't know what Angel was saying. There's always room for improvement.
Always, and I mean, and that's one of the most, like that statement resonates with everyone,
Yeah.
right? Because you should always be striving to improve, right?
I mean, I want to say yes, but there are days that I
Sometimes.
just don't feel
Like,
like it.
maybe not some days.
Yeah.
That's okay.
No, that's
It's
true.
okay to take a day off.
Yeah.
It really is.
Well, no, you're absolutely right, and that's part of it.
Yes,
You
100%.
like rest and progress go hand in hand,
Mhm.
because if you don't rest after making progress, you're just gonna hurt yourself because you just keep going and keep going and keep going, and then eventually, your legs give out.
We
Like
have to
you're
make
just done.
sure there's time for you. I mean, yeah,
Work-life balance.
yeah. Well, if you're not going to
Yeah.
be the best version of yourself, how are you going to be the best version of the people that you're showing up for? And
That's a good point, Pablo. For sure.
make it a point to, whatever wellness is to you, if it's,
Yeah.
5 minutes walking in the sunshine or, brushing your hair or, whatever
Listening to
that minute,
music or whatever it is, yeah.
any, whatever your escape is for at least
Mhm.
5 minutes, you should focus on that. Give that time for you.
Even to get more than 5 minutes, because actually,
Sometimes that's what you got.
Yeah, exactly.
the ratio I was told is 45-15, right? If you do 45
45
minutes
minutes of
45 minutes of
rest and
work
relaxation and
absolutely.
15 minutes of work. I'm in on this.
Done.
Who
Yeah.
do I need to
That
who do I need
honestly,
to
hey,
go talk
hey,
to get this to be my new schedule?
that's not bad. Honestly, you get a lot done in them 15 minutes, you know what I mean? Because you're so rested, you just knock it all out.
Like, all right, 30 more minutes to go. I'm only 15 minutes.
Whereas I got 30 more minutes of rest and I have to work. Oh
Oh,
god.
God.
Oh my
I
god.
gotta focus on my resting.
I know,
My
right?
R&R.
Yeah.
I need my
Yes.
R&R for my R&R.
It's all about goal oriented.
True. I mean, and goals are so important. I think a lot of the times, when we are just living fast, like we're just everything is like, okay, I know what I have to do tomorrow, and you have goals. Like once we accomplish a goal or something, I think a lot of the times people don't set a new one. Sometimes they
Yeah.
do. Sometimes they do, and they should. You should always have a goal, right? You should always have something you're striving for, right?
Or
But
do lists.
lists.
Are you a checker offer? Are you a
I'm a
crosser
I'm a
offer?
strike through for
You're a
sure.
strike
Yeah.
through.
Because
Nice.
it's fun. It makes you feel good.
It does.
Yeah.
It really does. Anything to give you that satisfaction of the little victory.
Yeah.
Like, oh
Small
yeah,
wins.
exactly. Like I have a Trello board. You guys ever use Trello?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like
Yes, I have.
you click it, you click that green button. It's like a Google
It's
Task
like an
Okay.
or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
organizational
Yeah.
tool.
So you
Yeah.
click the task and then you can drag it over the done column. You're like, oh yeah, that's right.
We use I'm sure I can say Asana,
Same.
but it's not like one of those things
Doesn't
where like
matter.
you have like unicorns and the flashes. I'm like, oh,
Yep.
that's the best task thing I've ever
Mhm.
done. I'm like, thank goodness for that. That just brightened my day.
Exactly.
So I gotta say, speaking on goals, it's okay to have like a really easy goal,
Yeah.
and then to have a much longer term goal. All your goals don't have to fit into the same box, right? And personal, professional, have something that you're striving towards, even if it's simple like I want to read a new book this year, or I want to find a new author. Just something that even when you're not in work mode, when you're not being a professional, you can still get some joy out of it and feel confident in yourself
Mhm.
that you're pushing yourself forward.
That is such a good point. I think sometimes we set goals that just are astronomical.
Oh yeah.
We need to give ourselves more grace when we're setting our own goals. Because here's the thing. A goal is is the top of the ladder essentially,
Hmm.
right? But we also need to recognize there are steps that you need to take to get to that goal and acknowledging, hey, you know what? I didn't get to that goal in the timeline I wanted to, but look at all the progress I made. If we and we just
Small wins.
ex- ex-
Yeah.
exactly, right? And so speaking of goals, I'd like to talk to you both about your goals for 2026, right? So at BME,
Hmm.
right? I understand you're looking for some new clients, some new event types, some new partnerships. Would you mind sharing kind of like what your goals are for 2026? And then Pablo, I'll send it over to you, and then you can kind of say yours as well.
Yeah. It's sort of a loaded question, right? Like, what's your goal? Um, my CEO Nikki probably has different goals than I do, right? She is much more so the creative in the C-suite team, and I am very analytical. I'm gonna get down to brass tacks. I'm gonna look at what the data says, and that's gonna help guide me.
Yeah, I've seen Moneyball. I know that's how it works. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
it turns out the A's
Yeah.
didn't win, so it's cool. Sorry, spoiler. Uh, but for me, I guess I have a goal that's twofold. One is to get into the incentive industry, um, mostly because that's where you can deliver those amazing experiences for the guests. And for me, that's the biggest win. That's where I get all of my joy where it comes to this industry is like giving somebody that unforgivable or unforgettable experience in a place that they may have never gotten to go if they weren't part of the sales team that crushed their
Mm,
numbers. So I want to bring that into the business. That's a goal. And then on top of that, I want to be better partners with DMCs and CVBs to have better opportunity to pass business along. Um, I think that's one thing that I've seen in the industry. We are all very friendly, and I think there is a component where we can help pick each other up when things are not going right. And so to be able to pass a particular client along to another planner or to just a whole other company and say, hey, you know, this doesn't fit what we're looking for, or it doesn't fit in our schedule, whatever it is.
Show the love with.
yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
exactly. Because we are a big family at the end of the day. It's really hard to get out of this industry. And even if you do, you come right back.
It's
Yeah, like you're
true.
saying, we're all on the same team. We're
Yeah.
all on the
Yeah.
same. You may have different, objectives, but we're all on the same team.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I want to be able
Absolutely.
to work better with other partners in the industry, whether it's CVB, DMC, venue and hotel partners and other planners. Just play well in the sandbox. As I have friends in other industries that specifically here in Denver, they do not play well in the sandbox. They would rather lose money to win a
They
contract
shall not be named.
uh, to and put themselves in jeopardy of not being a business anymore instead of being friendly with their competition.
Mm. It's interesting, and I'll hop over to you. I just
Yeah,
want to
for
say
sure.
it's just interesting that yesterday I was playing volleyball with my friend, right? And he was just like, "Oh man, they're the enemy, whatever." I don't know where I came up. I was just like, "Man, what's the point of having enemies?" You know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah.
like, there's a difference in an enemy and an opponent.
Yeah.
Like, you have people you're working at, like, you're in similar
Yeah.
businesses and everything. You
It's a
have
hateful word.
opponents.
It's just,
Yeah, but you push each other to keep being better, but you don't like, there's a difference, but at the end of the day, we're all helping each other out, right? So I totally see your point, and if there's anything we can do, obviously, like we'll make sure you're connected and everything, and obviously Nikki, I didn't know she was the CEO, was also a former president of the MPI, and so that's amazing. Shout out to her. And also she's here, behind the scenes. There she is. Hi, thank you so much for
Don't
coming.
tell anyone.
No,
I'll cut
it's
that out.
amazing. We really appreciate you being here for sure. Pablo. All
Me.
right, absolutely. So what are some of your goals
Oh my
for
gosh.
2026, my guy?
Well, I have a big year ahead of me in 2026. So
I love to hear that.
yeah, coming into board role for MPIRMC as the new director of membership care.
Congratulations.
Thank
Nice.
you. Yeah, so a huge goal there is just to, fill some big shoes as Eric Holmes is stepping
I
out and
know.
I'm stepping in. That's big personality replacing another big personality. So
You
looking
got it.
forward to that. And in addition to that board role, I'm actually stepping into MIC and serving a pope for 2026 and 2027. So
Good for you.
um,
That's
uh, so
exciting.
lots of aspirational goals with the two organizations, and I'm excited to, be full front with the volunteerism and, giving back to the event industry that's given so much to me.
Yeah.
But also, with some new changes in my career, stepping into a independent contractor role,
Mm.
looking to see how that develops. In my recent travel to IBTM in Barcelona, made some really cool international connections and really want to focus on the global reach that I have with the people across the pond.
Mhm.
I feel like often we forget that there's a whole other side of the world that produces just amazing
Yeah.
events as we do in North
Oh, yeah.
America, but looking forward to expand that reach and make some global connections
Good
and
for you.
see what the future holds.
That is awesome to hear, man. And you know what? If there's any advice I give you, and this goes across to anyone to go into 2026, I heard the other day, it's like, be patient with yourself when you're becoming someone you've never been before,
So you can become the best
Yeah.
version of
right?
yourself.
Mhm.
So, excuse me. No, but that's really, really awesome, man. And I'm so excited for you to step into that independent contractor role. I mean, that's scary,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's also exciting.
So freeing. I feel like I,
Absolutely it
Oh,
is.
yeah.
That's a great word for it.
have the opportunity to choose my own path and really lean on the network.
Yeah.
Right now, my biggest mantra is, the power of connection. You never know who you're going to meet or who you're going to talk to on that elevator
Mhm.
ride or the plane ride over. But utilize that network
Yeah.
and the brand that I've been developing throughout my career. I started in hospitality as a cater waiter and worked in all realms of the industry and have made it to the place I am because of the connections and want to continue to utilize that.
So you were a cater waiter
Yes,
and
sir.
you worked your way up.
Kevin Taylor Catering. Shout out. Opera House.
Wow. It's awesome, man. So like I mean, I'm kind of curious. Like, can you like kind of share your journey from like carrying
Absolutely.
trays to now you're the one
No.
like
I mean, that's how I fell in love with the industry. Is one of those, pizzazz and
Yeah.
the logistics. And, I remember carrying that tray and seeing the person with their clipboard and, on their phone and like,
and
and
now you are.
now I am. And also I'm like, why do I want to become the person
That
again?
was gonna be my question.
No, but it's so great. One of the biggest
Uh,
things is that we work hard to play hard. And, I have so many wow moments of this is actually my job. Like this is pretty amazing, but I also worked my ass off to be here.
Of course.
And that's one of the things that I think as a meeting plans, we have to realize that all the hard work it took to be here and live our lavish lives, but also,
Well,
it's a lot of hard work.
you call it lavish.
Yeah.
It's lavish from an outside perspective.
Lavish.
100%.
There's a lot of long
That,
hours.
that cater waiter, I'm like, that's
Yeah.
a lavish life over there. I'm like, oh, now 14 hours in boots.
Yeah, right. I've walked 60,000 steps today.
100%.
It's 4 p.m.
It's true. I mean, you know what? That's when you need the Hawkas or like those
Oh,
really
yeah,
nice
yeah.
shoes. But speaking of events and everything, I just we got a question. We have our Q&A going right now. What do you guys think a trend will be for 2026 to enhance the guest experience? Thank you so much for submitting that question. We have questions live and open, and we are really excited to hear all your thoughts.
Immersion and
Immersion?
getting
Okay.
them out of that four walls, conference room.
Mhm.
And if you're in a unique destination, utilize that unique destination, go outside, have a education session in the middle of a forest or in the middle of a jungle or on a yacht or something that's going to be
Yacht.
we're thinking about experience and
Yeah.
Clients.
well, soon to be come.
No,
But
that would be
aspirational.
man, that would be a day where I'm like, this is my job. Holy
100%. So like if I had an education on a private yacht, like maybe even like 30 minutes, I'm like I learned this while I was on this
Yeah.
experience.
No, 100%. Man, it's so tough. I think back to what some of the trends have been, right? Like for 24 into 25, the trend was wellness, like mindfulness and wellness.
and mindfulness.
And I
Good
don't
trend.
I don't think that's going away. I think that's going to maybe
Good.
shift in its perspective.
Yeah.
You can't always bring in the vendor that's $50,000 to put you in this like sensory deprivation station.
But you can do like a sound bath.
Sound
Yeah,
bath. Yeah.
Opening conference.
But I think we're going to see sort of a further return to our need for in-person connection. And I think we're going to see it more and more on schedules that they're building in more time to connect. And that's from the folks that I've talked to, the surveys I've read, and my own experiences. Whenever I'm attending an event, I don't get enough time to talk to the people that I want to talk to there. A number of events that we attend, a lot of times we have scheduled appointments that we have to go through, and those are great, good conversation.
For sure.
But you met somebody day one that you've been fighting for the last 4 days to meet up with and have a coffee and just connect with. And I think we're going to see more time like that built in because that's what a lot of people are looking for. They want to know other folks that are in their industry in a different area, or maybe talk to somebody about mentorship and how they can continue to grow their career.
Yeah.
I can agree with that. I feel like it's piggybacking on that
Oh,
with a lot of
please.
the remote work. People, a lot of people work remotely now.
With COVID and everything, we're like starting to realize, oh hey, like I forget how awesome it is to be in person.
I actually
and
like
I
people.
like people. This is great.
I just like this conference. When's the next one?
Exactly.
When do we do that? Yeah.
So you were I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, I was agreeing with Jackson that
Yeah.
the want and need for in-person meetings is going to continue into 2026.
Yeah.
I completely agree. And I'll tell you, I was just at a conference in Florida, like I said before, and little things that bring people together are so important. And what they did that I thought was absolutely brilliant. And I'm sure you guys have seen them, right? It was on their name tags. They had all these ribbons.
Okay.
Right. And the ribbons, they had like just like these like rotators of just like I think they had like 300 different options. And it was like musician, golfer, like it was just about
Jabriac.
What?
Jabriac.
Can explain.
Well, it's like the little pin that you wore in the topics of interest.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
That's the vendor.
But it's so interesting to do that because that's how you build connection through like-mindedness and like mutual love of things.
And it's really nice there. We're all used to putting ribbons on our badges, MPI board member, whatever it may be for any particular event. But having ones that are just fun, like, oh, like I like to ski, or I'm a guitarist, or whatever it may be. I like to cook. That's one for me in particular.
Why'd you whisper that?
Well,
It was like
not everyone's gonna know that,
guys. I like.
but that's an immediate connection point. You can see somebody that also has that red
sure.
ribbon that likes to play guitar,
Yeah.
and you guys can chat. And
It
it
gives
can,
you an opening to just talk to someone.
yeah.
"Hey, I see you play guitar. I do too. Well, who's your favorite guitar?" It just I think that's so important because you want to talk to people.
Well,
You
it
want
sparks
to
that
connect with
conversation
them.
outside of work.
Hmm.
It means you're really a
Exactly.
human. You actually do stuff outside.
Yeah.
Like who are you outside of Pablo? I'm like, well,
Yeah, exactly, and, like, it was so I mean, there were people who had them down to their
Oh yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
you know, it was so fun, and I went and did it because, you know, we were there doing headshots, which was a really awesome event, tell you, people, though, they say the most self-deprecating things as they get
Yes.
up in front of a headshot, and it was hard. It was, you know, it was hard because you're just like, with one lady, she said, "Oh, don't mind the suitcases under my eyes." I was
aw,
like I gave her a hug, I did. I said, "You know what, though? You have the kindest eyes I've ever seen."
aw.
And just seeing her, like, cause it's so true. I mean, they
Well, it's
just
a single act of kindness. I mean, even a smile. Like we act like we spend so much time on our phones or looking
Oh
down.
goodness,
We
yes.
true.
seldom look up and being in the moment and like, oh, you have eyes too. Like it's the connection.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right, and we actually just got a question in here as well. And so, honestly, when I thought you were gonna say for 2026 what the conversation would be, I was thinking you were gonna go AI, right? Just kinda, like, integrating it
I think
because
we beat that one to death
I
this year.
hope we have. But, you know, this question is, what are your thoughts on how AI will help or hurt the industry? And, I'd like to, you know, just say that, you know, someone very important to me said that AI will not take your job, but someone using AI effectively will, right? Because
Mhm.
it's as you said,
Yeah.
Pablo, it's a tool,
Yeah, I said
right?
before, it's a tool,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's also a master in a craft on its own. You know, the I'm sure you've heard it before. It's the prompts and
Hmm.
the tools and how you use, you know, how you're going to use it and what you're going to use it for. It
Mhm.
depends on what the outcome's going to be. And as
Absolutely.
far as changing the event industry, again, it depends on how you use it and what you're gonna ask it and what you want it to come out.
Prompts, yeah.
I think the event industry is in a much better position with AI than hospitality in general, right? For us, it's really just a tool that we can use. You can put as many prompts into any, like, pick your AI
Yeah.
and say, like, hey, build me an itinerary for this trip, whatever it may be. It's never perfect, right? And you don't know that as the individual until you're there on your trip.
You actually go and do it,
So
yeah.
for us, all of our knowledge that we've learned over the years and the people we've met and the connections we've made, that's what you can't get from an AI.
Mm,
Uh,
Well, it's a connection. We're not gonna lose. We're social people. We
yeah,
want to have the power connection, and
true.
it's you're still talking to a computer.
oh yeah,
But also, I just had a thought. AI can help you develop that superpower. You could be your alter ego through AI, or there's different outlets as far as what AI looks like.
Yeah.
Again, it's how you use it.
absolutely. And I think this is a little bit of question and a statement.
Sure.
AI can be as human or Android as you want it to be.
That's a very good point.
So with that, how do you guys treat your AIs to get the most out of them? Do
I
you
treat it like a
So
person.
that's very interesting you say that. I communicate, I don't dictate. Right? So, like, for example, when I was I work on something like, "Hey, good morning," like, it's called Sparky. "Hey, good morning, Sparky. Here's the agenda of the day. Here's some stuff we have working
yeah,
on." And so it's more like a collaborative relationship rather than and yeah, it may be silly, but at the end of the day, it honestly trains me for how to it doesn't train me. It assists me in how I conversate with other people as well, like, because it's like
Yeah.
good practice,
Well,
you
his name's
know?
Charles, and
That's awesome.
I speak to Charles and I say, "Hi, how are
"Hi,
you?"
Charles. Good to
And
see you this
when I
morning."
ask
Yeah.
for prompts, I say, "Can you please do
Mhm.
this for me?" And I say, "Thank
Say
you."
thank you, provide
And
feedback. "Hey, you know what? This is true so last night I was playing, video games, I was playing Kingdom Hearts, fantastic, but anyway, I was playing it, and I couldn't figure this one thing out, and I just chatted GPT, and I actually figured out the answer, and I said, "Oh, hey, I appreciate all the advice. It actually turned out being this." It's like, "Oh, yeah. In this version, it is this instead." I was like and it felt like I was just talking to for lack of a better word, a friend.
Yeah.
And it's cool. It really is cool. People get so afraid of it. And granted, there is real things to be afraid of, for sure.
Yeah.
But there are just as many people using AI for the good reasons
Oh,
as there are people using it for the wrong reasons in
And
a
also,
sense.
we've been using AI for years and years, and
It's true.
people really don't consider that fact, like autocorrect or
That's a good
Grammarly
point.
or
yeah.
things that we've been like. If it wasn't labeled AI, they weren't scared of it. But now that it's like, oh, it's AI, I'm like, oh my gosh, I
Like
don't like that tool.
Outlook's a great example, right? You've got your focused folder. So it just looks through and runs the algorithm about, oh, these are the people or the conversations that are most important for you.
Hmm.
That's an AI that's been behind the scenes in Outlook for at least 15 years.
Yeah,
That's really interesting,
yeah.
though.
So when you think about it, like even though it seems really new, we've been
Yeah.
using it for years.
Yeah.
I think
It's
the
like,
difference is its capabilities have expanded and its how access
Yeah.
is has expanded as well,
Yeah.
right? And so it's not just about typing on a Word document. It's about, hey, can you create this image of a golden retriever surfboarding while eating a scoop of dough ice cream?
And you get a golden retriever on a wave that's riding a surfboard.
Yeah.
has three hands.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting though? You know what's interesting though? Sometimes it's gotten better.
Oh, yeah,
No, I do.
absolutely.
Image creation has
Absolutely.
gotten better, and it's cool because, I mean, it helps you, like, you know what I use it for, honestly? My fantasy football teams.
Yeah, that's
So,
great.
like my team or whatever, I'll like, "Hey, create, hey, create a team logo for this team," and I'll use
Oh, yeah.
that and stuff like that. It's just I use that for playlists.
Yeah.
It's just fun,
Mm-hmm.
and, it does also help tremendously, though, when you're trying to get started.
Yeah.
Whenever you are just looking for just something like, "Hey, here's what my task is. Here's what I have so far. Can you help me kind of put this together in a way where it's a little bit more understandable?" And
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Because not everybody is so on point
Well, like you
with
said, it's a tool. It's depending,
it's a
and
tool.
everyone's going to use
It's
a
a tool.
tool differently.
Yeah.
I use it much differently than you two. It's a robot to me. I'm
Yeah.
not there giving my pleasantries and asking how their day's going and giving it a name. I simple questions, prompts, things like that. A lot of times I have it change the tone of my emails.
Oh, I do that
Yeah,
too. Make this more
yeah.
professional and friendly.
I usually just do friendly.
More friendly.
Can you make me not sound mean?
Very should do the opposite. You sound more mean.
Yeah.
No, no, that's very interesting though. Like, because at the end of the day, there is a balance with emails where
Yeah.
it's like it needs to have some like I'm like, hey, I'm still excited to talk to you, but at the same time, I need all of this
Yeah.
information, or you missed this,
Yeah.
or and it's a balance, right? So that's very interesting that you're actually like, hey, can you make this more friendly? And honestly, bro, I wish I had that problem sometimes because I overthink emails so much.
Spend 10 years in corporate America. You'll learn that skill, no problem. Like that's
Agreed.
really what it is. You write different in corporate America versus in the hospitality industry.
100%.
And that's
Yep.
been
Interesting.
a struggle for me over the past 5 years.
I
What
feel
do
like,
you good?
sorry for you saying that coming into a planner role for corporate organizations, leaving, the supplier side, I would think that was what the biggest hurdle was that fear of communicating with corporate America.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until I decided that I'm going to be my true authentic self. And if they like the way I am and the way I speak, then they're going to like to do business with me. And
Yeah.
if they don't, then maybe it's not the right organization for me. And I think once I got that,
Yeah.
the confidence grew and the level of clientele that I started working with grew as well because I was my true self and they saw who that was.
You
Mhm.
know what? I see both sides. I do. In corporate America and everything. And I completely agree with what you're saying though, in the sense of like people looking for jobs and everything, they look for jobs that essentially can you yeah, can you okay, just give me a second. They look for jobs that, you know, either have a big dollar sign or, have so many hours and whatnot. But at the end of the day, like you are making a decision for how you want to live your life.
Oh yeah.
What am I doing every day? What am I getting up for every morning? Like 'cause, yeah, I mean, I get it. Everyone needs to do what they need to do before they can do what they want to do, right? But I think there's definitely a path where you can find a living where you're doing what you love to do and doing it for people you love to work with. When your work doesn't when your work becomes spending time with your family,
Mm,
Yeah, absolutely. And
that's a goal.
actually, Pablo is a great example of this, right? You came up through the industry. So you got to experience all the parts that you love, but there's, I'm sure, a number of things in hotels that you didn't like that you experienced.
I remember the last time that I cleared a plate and got somebody else's half-eaten food all over my hands, and I was like, never again. But also, you put that in perspective that people do that, and it might actually gives you more respect for the service industry. I think that's what built me up and really educated my success now was learning all those aspects of how to put yourself on the back burner shoes.
And
Yes.
probably the respect that you have for everybody that's supporting you in executing that event, right?
100%.
Uh, I've been to events where it seems like nobody cares about the support staff, and it's the support staff that make things happen. And
Oh, I agree with that. I agree with that so much. People just like you can tell who is not a good person, just like someone who isn't like
A jerk.
exactly. I
yeah,
couldn't think of a better way
yeah,
to say it. Who's not a jerk.
that's
You're gonna be a
that's
jerk.
kind of
Yeah.
pushing
Yeah,
it.
you can
Yeah.
tell who's a jerk and who's not just by watching how they treat wait staff. Absolutely, especially at events. Like, man, they are people too.
So I'm
They
sure
are
you do
people too.
this, but at events, I will like take note of all the staff that I see, and I try and get a little bit of information on them, like what kind of coffee did they like, things like that. And then depending upon the duration of the event, whether it happens one, two, three times, like I'll go out and I'll get everybody their coffee,
Yeah.
right? It's not from the venue. It's something specifically for them. And like it's a little thing to say, hey, like, thank you. I appreciate you. I see what you're doing.
I see you. Yeah.
Um,
100%.
a lot of times there's more that we want to do. And either it's like a budgetary constraint that we can't or a time constraint because
Yeah.
we are running ragged for 3 to 7 days, just being on site, being there to
Yeah.
fix all the problems, put out all the fires.
Also, I feel like just being personable, don't
Sure.
treat them like that jerk, that person that
Yeah.
I'm just talking
Oh,
about.
yeah.
If you
Absolutely.
know their native language, write to them their native language. Or,
Yeah.
I speak very little Arabic, but I know how to say, I used to know how to say hello, but that's gone now.
That's
But
so
just one of the things,
little
Yeah,
Arabic.
very, yeah, yeah. But just an example, like
More than
fluent
I know.
Spanish, but
Like,
but also, have a small conversation like "¿Cómo estás?" Like, "How are
yeah.
you doing today?" You know?
I'll be very transparent with you. I've tried that and I've been wrong. You know what I mean? Like I may like I so example, overheard them talking, right? So I was like,
Yeah.
okay, native that like got it. Came around the corner, said it, and they looked at me like I was like I'm like, you know what?
It's time and place.
I should
Time and
have
Yeah,
place, I guess.
I
exactly.
should
Like
have just
read
said
read
good
the
You
room
read
morning.
the
kind of
room
thing.
exactly.
Kind of. I like, at the end of you know what I mean? You're trying to be nice, but like, hey, come on. They just think sometimes, it's like they don't know what your intentions
Yeah.
are, right? Even if you do it as kind and as clear as to, I usually just say hello until they speak back and like they can't speak the other, it's like, okay, I
Yeah.
got you. Okay, here we go. Let me get my AI out here.
Yeah.
Okay. And I've done that in foreign countries. One thing I used to do before I worked
Siri,
for
translate
this.
this.
Yeah.
Seriously though, I mean, one thing I used to do uh video stories for non-profits. And I traveled to like third world countries and stuff like that to shoot the video stories for the mass donor events that we would facilitate. And you're absolutely right. I mean, you'd be in these foreign countries, and by the way, foreign countries are amazing.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
100%.
Like people who think America is the best country in the world, like there is some things about it that are fantastic. There are for sure, but when it comes to just float, like saying it is the best, it's like uh, there are so many
Look,
Based
wonderful ones.
on
yeah. Look, politics aside, travel the
100%.
world. Go
Well,
Yes,
that,
yes, yes,
go
yes,
I
yes.
was
experience
not
the
going
world.
politics that at
No,
all.
not even
Yeah,
not that you were. Just
got
like
it.
that's what drives a lot of folks to say yay or nay from outside the United States.
True.
And it those of us here I would like to assume, but I'm not going to, I want to throw politics aside a lot of the time
Sure,
and just
just
say,
throw it
hey, like,
aside.
this is like, these are the great things that we have here.
I
Not to say
agree.
that there aren't amazing things in the rest of the world, in, Western and Eastern Europe, Southeast Asia,
True.
most of Asia, Africa, South America, right? Like there's so much to explore, and that's one of the beauties of living here. We have that capability, right?
Well, just having the want to, or the, not only want, but also the means to travel.
The means is
The
The
tough.
means
means is
is
tough.
tough.
True.
Um,
It is
you know,
tough.
but any opportunity to go outside of your comfort zone, I feel like
Yeah.
is important, whether it be,
Yeah.
it's going over to the next town,
Yeah, exactly.
Just
Yes.
trying something new, like stepping out of your comfort zone because, like you don't grow when you're comfortable. You don't learn when you're comfortable.
100%.
Like you need to be uncomfortable and like that is subjective to everybody. Like
Yes.
what makes you uncomfortable? Like honestly for me, I am more uncomfortable in like a room with just one other person, like just one on one. Like I've gotten better obviously, but like than I would have been 5 years ago, like on stage, like in front of an entire crowd of people. Cause like
Yeah.
it's wild like that, right? And
And we also have to create experiences for those different types of people. Like for me, I'm
yeah, that's a great point.
extrovert as introvert, so I love to see big crowds from afar, but get me in the middle. I'm like, I don't want to. So I prefer like to have my own space and kind of have and you know curate that for people that are the same
Yeah.
in that experience.
Let me ask you a question. I'm curious. So when you guys are attending an event and there's like you guys have to go to the same room in the beginning of it, right? Like you have like for example, event I went to was with Make It Better Every Day, MIBE. It's
Mm,
a organization here in
Mhm.
Denver. Um they would have like a morning session where you all sit. It was like the same area and they had a guest speaker and everything. Are you the kind of people who like you find your chair and then you get back like you go and look for your same chair the next day? You know what I mean? You kind of have your spot. Or do you kinda, like, try
No.
to
I'm a front row person.
you're a front row person?
Usually, yeah.
Good for you.
But also, if I sit in the back, I have too many distractions, so that's why.
True. You have to sit in the same seat, though?
I feel like that's how you learn, is you switch it up a little bit.
Yeah.
You retain the information, like, create an experience. Yesterday, I experienced the conversation from over there. Let's go see what's gonna be over here.
I am definitely not a front row person. Uh, and definitely not a same seat.
Yeah.
I oftentimes will seek out people that I've met.
Okay.
Well, like it's hard when it's like the very first thing
Yeah.
before the conference is really kicked off, but after that, like for those following days, I try to find a person that I met that I wanted to, get to know
Yeah.
better, connect with, and that really determines like where I end up in the room. I might be at the back, I might be at the
100%.
front, I might be out in the hallway because we didn't get in there before the doors closed, and now we're
Good
trying to
point.
be quiet. And
Yeah.
See, I'm stubborn. I'm like, "Hey, new person I met, come with me to the front row."
And that's how you know if that person's a
Yep,
ride or die. "Alright, I'm
100%.
coming with you, let's
Yep,
do
yep.
this." Then it just
Like,
brings you to front.
okay,
no, I gotta
who
go.
is this crazy person?
"Oh, wait, that's starting now? Oh, man, I need to be anywhere
I'm in the
else."
wrong session, sorry.
You
You're
know
like,
what?
this is the only session.
Yeah.
You know what's so funny? I actually I see your point, and I see your point, and I'm actually disagreeing with you both in the sense that the way I learn most effectively, like if it's a 3-day conference or something, if I sit in a different seat, I have new stuff to look at. I have new like I'm more distracted because it's new distractions I didn't expect from the first day. So if I sit in the same seat, I have an idea of like who I'm sitting around and what I'm doing, and that way I can stay very focused. I used to be a front row kind of guy, but now I'm kind of
In the middle,
Like,
the middle of the pack,
middle. I'm like,
front row to the
middle front,
left.
middle front,
middle
middle
front.
front. Like not because like I used to be the guy who's like I want to get called on. I want to, you know what I mean? I want to become part of the experience, and that still seems
Creator
to
of
happen
experiences.
for sure. Absolutely, it's like, and you want to. Because being in that position as the speaker sometimes it
Yeah,
helps so much when you have someone who raises their hand and
Yes,
just
100%.
contributes a little bit.
yeah,
Yeah.
100% I agree. I feel like it's very rare to be in a room these days where no one wants to contribute.
And isn't that fantastic?
Oh, it's so
It
so nice.
it's such a good change from how it's been. Like people are afraid and keeping their like not afraid, but like they don't feel their opinion is worth speaking about or
Yeah,
anything. It's like, no, dude, speak up.
Yeah, well, it's a show
Yeah.
in Barcelona for IBTM. and I went to this. I wasn't planning on going to the session, and the keynote speaker was wearing this one piece tiny gold leotard with
Nice.
sparkly hat and sparkly boots, and I was like, she looks interesting. What's your session? It's like, coming in to find out. I was like, okay.
All right, I'm
It
in.
just yeah,
Sold.
Yeah,
all right.
I'm
Of
in.
course, where'd I go sit? Front seat because she said it'd be nice to have a friendly face to look at. I'm like, oh,
That's such a
you
good
know.
way to say
But
that
then
too.
also she proceeded, because the room, of course, everyone sat separately. It wasn't a very full room. She made everyone get up and brought them closer in. She's like, "You're gonna help me put on a better performance or speech if you help me. So help
Yep.
me help you."
Mm,
Situation. It was great.
yeah, and I love that so much. I love when speakers do that. It's like, "Hey, real quick, let's all come together a little bit here," and I'm sure someone who likes to be more in the back, you're like, "Okay."
Oh, I got no issues doing that,
Yeah, yeah.
but I'll be the last one to move. Like, are we really doing this? Are we sure? Are we sure? All right.
Let's gauge. How close we getting? Okay, we're pretty close. Okay, no problem. I'm the caboose, though. The
Yeah.
caboose is important.
Yeah, but right away you feel included.
Yes.
You feel seen.
I agree with that.
Even if you're sitting in the back, you don't want to be seen, but now like maybe you did want to be
And
seen.
you're
You
already
needed that. You needed
engaged
that
too.
push.
Mhm.
You're already
100%.
engaged. I mean, it's like, "Hey, you're here? Great. Come closer, and then let's have a conversation." I love when speakers speak to you and not at you. You know what I
Well,
mean?
I mean, like, flip the script, right? You don't want to be the speaker that's staring out at a
Sure.
room for 50 people with 15 in it and they're spread out. Like, you want to be able to talk to your audience.
Of course.
And it's important to not only be able to do that and engage with them, but you might have this speech all lined up, but you're gonna tailor it to the people that are there.
True. It's very
The
true.
Bueller question? Anyone
Yeah.
anyone in the crowd? Engagement is so important. It's
Mhm.
Yeah.
public speaking is such a huge hurdle
Yeah.
and a stressor
Mm.
as it is, you know, and I know that can I be ambitious in public speaking, but it's also help me help you. Like
Yeah.
we're here. I want to give you education. You want to learn my education, so let's be involved, be engaged.
All right, I have an odd question for you guys.
I am so
How do
excited.
you feel about books that help you become a better public speaker? Am I the only one that finds that a little ironic?
No, 100%. It's practice the craft,
Yeah.
and you're not practicing speaking if you're reading.
Mhm.
Is that your is that your mindset?
Well, that's part of it.
I
Yeah.
would say people learn things differently,
Oh,
Mhm.
right?
100%.
And so maybe for someone, reading about public speaking in their own privacy of their own mind and not hearing it from someone else
Mhm.
or watching someone else do it or whatever, that puzzle piece or that switch clicks. And then when they go to do it, it's like, okay, I read about this. Let me try it this way, and then it
Mhm.
may work. So I would say the book needs an additional step, and that's experimentation and actual implementation.
And I'm not saying that there's a right or wrong
No,
way.
of course not.
Get out
I
there and
just
do
think
it.
Yeah,
that inherently it's ironic
yeah, yeah.
to
No, it
read a book
absolutely is.
to learn to speak to a group of people where most times you're reading a book behind closed doors, it's just you, it's
Yeah,
quiet.
yeah,
Uh, and that's one of the juxtapositions that I love about learning, regardless of whether it's industry specific or just in general.
yeah. No, absolutely, and it's a fantastic question. It's a good parallel, right? Because public speaking is one of those skills where you can't learn it in the quiet of your own bedroom. You need to learn it in front of at least family and friends. It's like
Yeah.
trusted people where you can
Yeah.
practice. But at the end of the day, it is all about how it happens in the moment.
Hmm.
And like usually you don't learn public speaking unless you have to publicly speak.
Oh, yeah.
There's
Unless
also
you know what I mean?
great organizations like Toastmasters. I
Toastmasters,
actually
for
did
sure.
Hmm.
Toastmasters last year,
Yeah.
and it was so amazing. It teaches you through triggers and what to listen for, because also to be a good speaker, you have to also be a good listener.
Yes.
And the first time listening to myself speak or give a speech, it's like, holy moly, there were so many ums and pauses.
Yeah.
Well, and all the cues that you learn to listen for after you doing the Toastmasters
Yep.
craft, but it guides you on baby steps.
Yeah.
Like they don't really throw you in there right away,
Mhm.
and again, tailoring to your comfort zone of how much do you want to be immersed in your next journey.
True, and you know what? Like you said, it's about, essentially how you go about doing that, right? And so with public speaking, right, Toastmasters, they give you a lot of good tips, and it's a lot of people who have the
Ambitions,
same
goals.
ambitions,
Yep.
goals,
Mm.
ambitions, but also same fears.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes there's people in there who have the same insecurities and same fears and everything, and the big thing I found with public speaking, right? So I started as a military videographer, like I was a broadcaster, and so I had to be able to speak. Like part of my enlistment into service was I had to do a speaking test. And so they provided me a script and I had to read it and see how
Okay.
I spoke.
Yeah.
Failed the first time, but hey, we made it the second. That's how we do it.
That's solid.
Well, it's
Yeah,
like learning the Pledge of Allegiance,
Yeah.
or like, for the first time, like,
no, absolutely. You know what? And the big thing I found with public speaking, and this is just thing that's really helped me, slow down.
Oh yes.
You need to
100%.
slow down with your words because I guarantee you how you're speaking to people, and you may think you're speaking quickly or whatever. It's like, okay, people are gonna be like, yeah, I didn't understand a word you just said.
Yep.
You just said a million things
That's a
in a
mouthful. So
second. Yeah.
my loved ones call it Pabloese, where
Please.
it's my own developed language. I'm
Nice.
like, what the? And once I heard myself, I'm like, now I understand. So
Mhm.
now I'm like,
Mhm.
actually speaking very slowly now, so I don't speak that way. But you're 100%, and that's another thing that I learned through Toastmasters is, because your heartbeat is racing, and then your blood starts beating fast, everything starts going faster,
Mhm.
and also the breath.
Mhm.
Don't forget to breathe.
Yeah. Breathing is important.
I tend to always just start with a joke
That's a
because it
great way to
relaxes
start.
me,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and a lot of times it engages the audience. Sometimes it's a complete miss, and they're just kind of laughing at me. And
All right.
to
Hit
be
us with,
honest, I'm okay with it.
do you have one on standby?
No, because I look at the audience. Like I typically know somebody
Yeah.
in the audience, and I can use that, whether it's an industry specific thing or
Yeah.
like a person, whether you're talking to like a big meeting where everyone knows each other, and you can kind of poke fun at somebody, poke fun at somebody at yourself, and do that. But
Do you have a go-to joke?
Do
Burritos?
I?
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I have a couple. I mean, like,
I was asking
there's
Jackson because he's
yeah,
done
I
it.
don't.
No.
you
The first thing I do is make fun of myself. Um,
Hmm.
and it's just to lighten the mood. A lot of times, if you're up on stage talking to a group, or even if you're not on stage, you're the focus, but also they have this idea that you are there for a reason.
Mm,
So let them know that like you are just like they are.
yeah,
You're a person.
yeah, yeah,
You've got the same basic composition, and at the end of the day, we can have a conversation just
yeah,
like normal people. It doesn't matter what someone's title or position is. Like we all have information to share.
yeah.
Also, what's helped is
That's a good point.
you're nervous. So what I've seen is let them know you're nervous. Like,
Yep.
you know,
Oh, that yeah,
because
absolutely.
that connection, like I'm so nervous.
Yeah,
Because now you have that empathy, but also it's some kind of release of yourself. Like, okay, I've expressed this
yeah.
emotion. Now they know. So now I've gotten that out of the way. Now I forgot everything else I have to say.
You know what's interesting? There's this a saying, right? You have fake it till you make it.
Oh,
Right,
absolutely
Yeah.
for
fake it
public
till you
speaking.
make it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I see both sides, right? Public speaking, you need to have the facade. Like, you need to be like, I am credible.
Oh yeah.
There's a reason why I'm up here speaking to you, like because there's a balance, right? And I see your side as well, where it's like, hey, I'm being transparent. Honestly, I didn't sleep well last night. I really want to nail this presentation, and so I'm really excited for you guys for being here. There's a balance, right? And I think at the core of it all is just be genuine, right?
100%.
Yeah.
I am not, yeah, okay, I may be this, that may be my title, but I overslept this morning and I did that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a human too. I am a
Yeah.
Spilled
human
my
too.
breakfast on my shirt.
Be a good person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, so if you want a great example of
Please. A
being
joke? No,
human,
just
no,
joking.
I wish. I'm not
No, I'm just
particularly
joking.
funny. Uh, but are you familiar with the comic Dilbert?
I do
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
Dilbert, like the newspaper comic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he works the corporate industry and
Yeah.
everything. Yeah.
So the
So
guy that
wild.
created that, his name is Scott Adams. And right after he got pretty big writing Dilbert, a lot of companies were reaching out asking for him to be a keynote. And he did a couple and was okay and decided that he wanted to be better. and he actually developed speech paralysis.
Hmm.
So he spent like 2 years of his life not talking.
What?
But he wrote a whole book about it called Failing Towards Success. And there's a couple chapters that just go through his initial public speaking outing and then his diagnosis, how he came back from that and went back out to speak again. And his like comeback moment was with an IBM event, right? So he's talking like 30
That's a
people.
big,
Yeah.
big event.
And right before the event, I don't know if I can do this, and almost walked out. And then the first thing he did when he walked out was he told a joke about how he couldn't speak in front of people, and everyone ate it up, and he just was like nothing ever happened.
Perfect.
That's cool. You know, it's so interesting. Like at the end of the day, probably 99% of the people in that audience wanted him to succeed. We're
Oh,
looking
Yeah.
forward to what he had to say. And like so often we tell ourselves, it's like, I'm gonna fail this, I'm gonna do this. You know, we worry about 85% of things that never happen.
oh,
We spend
absolutely.
so much time worrying about things that will never happen. And that goes for public speaking. Like even if something goes completely wrong, I mean so wrong where it's like, I need to walk off stage. Okay. It's okay. Everything is fine.
No,
We're
it's
gonna
not.
Well, from the show flow, we're screwed.
Yeah.
We're like a whole day
Yeah,
off
of
now.
course,
But
100%.
No, I get that.
You gotta take care of yourself.
Yeah,
The
but
main
then
priority is taking
I
care of
mean,
yourself.
like, just take your time with it and everything. But I'll tell you what, guys, I kind of want to change topics just a little bit because we definitely have, you know, some other things to talk about, which, with the holidays coming up, I just kind of want to talk to you guys about, Thanksgiving, right? And so, what are your plans for Thanksgiving?
I'll let you
Oh,
kick it off.
well, I have kind of a split up Thanksgiving this year. So,
Cool.
my mom always does a traditional Mexican food where she makes birria tacos and
Oh, yum.
tamales and fresh
Where do you live?
tortillas.
Extra season.
Her
Absolutely.
address is 955 Blake. I'm just kidding.
Write this down. Write this down.
But I'm actually splitting up, and we're not doing another family Thanksgiving until Friday.
Yeah,
So I'm actually taking some foster friends in, and I'm cooking Thanksgiving dinner for some foster friends.
that's
Amazing.
unbelievably kind.
And I haven't done a turkey in 5 or 6 years, so hopefully it comes out okay. But
Lots of butter.
um, yeah, that's 100% lots of
Brine it.
butter and
Brine it.
salt and all the things that I'm not supposed to eat. So,
Oh,
but
You
I'm
get
looking
one
forward.
day a year.
yeah,
Yeah,
Come on.
absolutely. Just one day a year, you're fine,
yes,
man.
but looking forward to cooking. I haven't been able to cook for a while, and it was one of my crafts before, and I haven't had the time to do it. So I'm excited to do that.
That sounds awesome.
I'm so excited for you, and I
Thank
hope
you.
this holiday season, like this
Yeah.
Thanksgiving, like I know you're gonna crush it.
Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
do you have a fire
Hit me up.
extinguisher?
No, you know what?
I'll trade you the tamales.
Yeah, seriously, I'd be there.
100%.
I'd be there with a fire extinguisher too, bro. Like that's awesome. That's so cool. You want to do it with your foster kid, like you know your foster family and everything
Yeah.
too. Like that's so cool. And the tip that I found with making a turkey, I made one turkey in my life, and it was last year. Kind of crushed it. Brine it. The longer
Yeah,
you
100%.
brine it,
Salt.
the better. Hey, listen, I didn't know, and you know it's so funny. Dude, I went to Target and I bought this giant pot, and it just didn't. I don't know. Well, you know, we make it through.
You can just rub salt on it and put it in the
Yeah.
fridge. It'll work just as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I did not
Essentially
know that.
submerging mine in the salt bath tonight.
You submerge
Yeah,
it in the salt bath?
yeah, and let it
You know,
24 hours.
that's what's so cool about turkeys and just everything in general. It's just like there's so many different ways to cook them,
Oh yeah.
and it's so fun to see what other
Absolutely.
people do.
It's not deep fried.
Hey,
Well, not frozen. Don't put it in frozen.
you know, it's funny you bring it up. When I was in the military, one of the annual video stores I had to make was a safety video
Yeah.
for people just I'm serious. And one of them was we built this like set of a Christmas, like a house, like a Christmas house, and we did it in that
Oh gosh.
and literally the whole place engulfed. And
I'm
I
sure.
shot it at like it was ultra slow-mo and everything. And I had like Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy playing underneath it. And it just you see this whole Christmas like awesome family room just engulf in flames. And it just started with a turkey just dropping it. And
Mhm.
people don't understand. It actually happens. It's
Oh, yeah.
scary.
Yeah.
I had a firefighter
Scary.
friend tell me he's like his least favorite holiday is Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah.
It's
Since
like
deep fried turkeys came out.
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. But okay, so
Jackson, you deep frying a turkey?
I was gonna
No.
say, what's your plans for Thanksgiving?
I don't deep fry turkeys. I agree they can be good. It's just not my thing. It's a lot of
Yeah.
equipment that I don't have.
Sure.
This is a big change for me. For the past like 15 or 16 years, my brother and I have cooked Thanksgiving, like turkey, all the fixings
Yeah.
for the family. And it's usually at my parents' house because we're mostly based here in around Denver.
Mm.
And my brother decided that he wanted to host this year.
Cool.
And so he's taken everything on. And I was like, hey, what can I do to help? And he's like, no, I got this.
Like Whole Foods
So
catering.
all I have to do is show up. This is the first time in 15, 16 years that I haven't had to get there early or do prep all day Wednesday.
How do you
Make
feel
sure
about
Thursday.
that?
I don't know what to do.
I'm sure.
Like usually I cook for 12 hours and now I'll be like, I don't have anything to do for 12 hours. So
Oh.
yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
Play golf. Is it gonna be nice on Thursday?
Oh, I think it's supposed to be kind of cold. I think it's warm on Friday
Trust
though.
more. I'm just joking.
Uh,
No, I mean, honestly though,
but
that is a very interesting place to be in because I mean, at the end of the day,
I'm
yeah.
super excited for him. I think he wants to make it a thing with his family and kids and kind of get them into it. And so I'm all about stepping
Oh.
back and letting him do that.
family
That's amazing.
family traditions are so important. You know,
Yes.
family traditions. Oh, I can't remember the quote exactly, but the closest we'll ever get to actually creating magic is in the way that we create moments for those we love, right? Because it's like kids especially,
It sounds like a
right?
Clark Griswold quote, by the way.
I don't know. I'll look it up.
I don't think it
That's
is, but
actually
it sounds very
wild poll if that's the case. I need to know that
I feel like
because that's
that's
the
something
thing.
something Belinda said.
I love listening. I love listening to other people speak and like what they have to say, especially very wise people. Like just listen to what they have to say,
Yeah,
'cause
yeah.
and also very important to keep it attributed to them,
Mhm.
right? Because I don't wanna take what you have to say. I'm just what's the difference in saying, "Oh, Clark Oswald?
Griswold.
Griswold."
How do you not know this?
Yeah,
Wait.
Christmas Vacation.
Wait, oh wait, that's right. Oh my gosh. I don't know why I literally thought he was on par with like Mark Twain or something. Like I did not
Uh,
did not know you were talking about Christmas Vacation.
Chevy Chase,
Yeah, I got you now. Okay, but honestly, same par.
I
And
would
same
agree.
par.
I would
It's
agree.
like he does have one of the best rants of all time.
Yeah.
At the end of that movie.
Yep.
Have you never seen it or
Which
have
one?
you seen Christmas Vacation?
Oh yeah, I was gonna start saying, but I'm like, he's curses a lot.
So speaking of that, right, and we talk about Thanksgiving, I'm just very curious, right? So let's build our Thanksgiving plates.
Yes,
Right?
I'm in.
So we'll go in a circle, right? And like if you take it, doesn't mean it's off the table, right? We can still go and grab. Right? So we'll go start with Pablo. You go up to the
Okay.
Thanksgiving table. What are
Okay.
you picking first?
Drumstick. Always got
Drumstick.
I'm
Okay.
even though I don't eat the whole thing, I still have to be the one because only two. So
Fair enough. I like it.
it's only fight for the drumstick. Depends on who made the gravy, if it's white or brown gravy.
Okay.
If I made the gravy, I would go for the white gravy. And then some mashed potatoes, full cranberry sauce, and gluten-free stuffing.
Gluten-free stuffing. Okay.
And yeah, roasted corn if there's roasted corn.
Okay. So that's not a
Yeah.
bad plate. I mean,
Yeah.
and do you like okay, so
It can't all be it can't be touching.
it can't be touching.
Yeah, it's all
Okay,
got
it's
its own
gotta be
little
separate?
compartments. Yeah.
I feel so bad for you because
Okay.
I would put all of that on a sandwich, and you're like, no, I can't do it.
See, leftovers are fine. Leftovers is fine.
Absolutely.
A leftover sandwich is fine, but not on the day.
Okay.
We're talking
Fair enough.
third plate sandwich.
Yeah.
Third plate sandwich.
Yeah. I can get on board with that. I like everything you said. So I do all that. I would change my drumstick for some breast meat just because the way that I have cooked turkeys, it comes out better.
Yeah.
So that's a personal thing. I would add the candied yams. I don't know if you guys do
Ooh,
candied yams, but we
okay.
do. So it's like
not sweet potatoes. Yeah.
it's like thinishly sliced sweet potato
Marshmallows.
with brown sugar and Kahlua roasted, and then
Kahlua.
you put marshmallows on the top under the broiler, so they get nice and crispy and soft.
That's delicious.
Amazing.
All right, I need your address too.
Yeah. See, I just take this stuff off top.
Really? Okay.
And then I don't know how this became a tradition for my family, but crescent rolls, like Pillsbury crescent rolls. It's the only thing that's not homemade. Yeah.
Interesting.
They kill. We go through like 8 cans.
I'm sure. I mean, they're
But
fantastic.
I will eat like 4 or 5 of those too.
Okay. So we had turkey, yams, crescent roll, mashed potatoes, gravy.
Mashed potatoes, gravy.
Okay.
You said
Cranberry.
corn.
Corn.
but we don't do corn. We do like Brussels sprouts or green beans.
Yeah.
So a
Like
veggie component.
green bean casserole?
No.
Just plain green beans.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Cool.
It's
I
funny to
like
say
it.
'cause I'm actually not doing corn, I'm doing green beans.
Oh.
For when I cook up.
Hey,
Perfect.
okay, there you go. I like it. Okay, so my plate,
Sorry, before you get into this, are we doing like dessert after?
yeah,
Okay.
desserts
Okay.
after. We're having our meal now,
I
okay?
mean, I'd eat a piece of pie anytime.
That's a good point, though. I mean, that way you have room for it. Absolutely. I mean, honestly, for me, I'll eat and then we fall asleep watching football,
Yep.
and then we wake up,
Yep.
I have a little bit of a snack and pie. You know what I
Okay.
mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, okay, so let's build the plate. First of all, white meat or dark meat?
Dark.
I'm white.
Dark
Yeah,
and
dark
white.
meat, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I I I have to go if the mashed potatoes and the gravy are on point, white meat
Yeah.
is pretty good.
Yeah, okay.
However, though, I love dark meat.
Yeah.
Dark meat it's just I don't know why. It's just a little more oily.
See, I love dark meat today, but then because I know there's gonna be all this white meat left
There's gonna be
afterwards.
extra. Yeah.
Yeah,
True,
so you gotta
true,
get it while it's
true.
good, and then
True.
spruce up
Yeah.
the white meat later.
So okay, so let's grab some turkey, some mashed potatoes, some gravy. Put a little hole in the mashed potatoes,
Mhm.
and so we put the
Gotta make the
gravy
pocket.
in,
Yep.
make the pocket. Um, gotta add some green bean. Okay. What about the potatoes? So like instead of mashed potatoes, you ever have
Whipped.
like scallop potatoes?
Yeah, scalloped potatoes are
Oh.
delightful. So are au gratin
I was
potatoes.
gonna say au
Au
gratin.
You get
gratin?
those? Oh yeah.
Are those
Yeah.
the thin ones, right? No,
No, it's like
Sliced potatoes, and then you have
it's
cheese
like
and
this cheese sauce that they put
Mhm.
on top of them, and then
I think
steak.
we're on the
It's
same page.
delightful.
Those are yes, absolutely. Like honestly, I love potato. Cheesy
Yes.
potatoes are fantastic.
Find me a bad way to serve a potato. It's a challenge for all the viewers.
Challenge. All right, bad ways to serve potatoes. But no, okay. So after that, try to remember. I really try to take one of everything.
Yeah.
If I'm being real with you,
Yeah.
just a little bit, just so I can have a taste of it, because I know my family has worked really hard to make it. And I want to like
if you didn't
enjoy
say
it.
absolutely, it was delicious.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's like,
Too honest. No, I didn't eat that. It looked terrible.
hey,
Yeah.
ChatGPT, help me tell my nana I didn't like her Brussels sprouts.
In a nice way. In a nice way.
It was too salty. No, but honestly, the thing about Thanksgiving that I love the most, and I think it's something we overlook so much, even as in general, because
Sure.
everyone's like, "Oh, Thanksgiving is the day before Christmas. It's the holiday before Christmas." A lot of times it gets associated
That's
with
Halloween,
Christmas.
according to Mariah Carey.
Oh, that's true. Actually, Mariah Carey
That's-
starts thawing out
She
That's
on
fair.
November
didn't
1st.
care.
They start thawing her out. All right, let's see if she can hit the note still.
Oh,
Pitchy, but we still got it. We still got it. A little out of tune. We already pushed it max. Okay. All right. Well, we got another year out of her.
Love it.
But no. The thing about Thanksgiving is it is unlike Christmas in the sense it is completely obviously Christmas is about family and giving and all that, right? But a lot of the focus does turn to presents and
Yeah.
like what can I get? Like and also so we got to change that first. Framing what can I give?
Experiences.
Thanksgiving is all about family.
Oh yeah.
And people just see it as some people see it as all right, let's come over and eat food and then we'll go home. It's like take some time. Actually, I said this to one of my students today. They're like, "Oh, I really don't like Thanksgiving." I said, "Well, let me challenge you, right? Go into it with love and curiosity
Mhm.
and just ask your family members about their childhood. Ask them about things that you have never talked to them about before you can, you know?
One of my favorite prompts for folks that are nervous about Thanksgiving is ask around the table what the worst Thanksgiving people ever went to was, because you will never hear
Oh, yeah.
this one right here. But
I'd say something like
I
that.
could see
Filter.
you also get
That's a joke.
you get their unfiltered opinion on why that wasn't great. And then they immediately compare it to what's going on here, and they're so thankful for this group of
Yeah.
people and the food. And you have to go through some trials and tribulations in your life to know what's important.
True.
And Thanksgiving is one of the few non-Hallmark holidays that you can kind of use as a measuring stick of like personal growth and how you've changed, right? Because you can look at just how you build your plate differently. That shows
Yeah.
how you have grown.
Oh wow, that's
It's extremely
So
insightful.
it's who you surround
No, I'm
yourself.
serious. That is
Yeah.
extremely insightful. For sure it is. Because you are eating healthier now, or you are more open to trying new
Yep.
things. And how you go into Thanksgiving is it is a good point. It is a good point to look at yourself and be like, where am I at? Where am I eating Thanksgiving this year?
Yeah.
Am I eating at the same place I was last year?
The
I know
people
I
around the
won't
table are
be.
I
different.
won't
Yeah.
either.
And it's awesome.
Yeah.
And you really appreciate it, all the changes. And it's like, it's gonna be a
Thankful.
very
Thankful.
Yeah.
thankful. And speaking of thankfulness, I would like to go around the table and just, if you guys don't mind sharing what you're thankful for this year, or in general, right?
Mhm.
Thankful for personal growth and just, raw outlook on life.
Yeah,
There's lots of trials and tribulations and crazy things going on in the world. It's just, every day is a blessing.
that's awesome you say that, because and I say this all the time I say it because it's so true. It's just like your inner dialogue can either be an architect of greatness or a silent assassin of dreams. It's so you saying like tomorrow's gonna be a good day or something like that is already the first step.
You need a merch brand. That needs to be on a coffee cup.
Hey, no, I can't coin that. Napoleon Hill. Napoleon
You can
Hill.
just put dash. You can do the Michael Scott thing. Wayne
Napoleon
Gretzky.
Dot,
Hill,
dot, dot.
Jared.
Uh, let's see. I got married this year, so one, I'm
Ooh,
thankful for her,
congratulations.
but in a more sort of important
She's
way,
Nikki. She's in the room.
uh,
Yay.
I am thankful to have found somebody that puts up with my eccentricities. We're all unique people in our own right, but being able to be confident in being your truest self, a lot like you do all the time. I'm trying to get there myself and finding somebody that not only deals with that, but helps me be better. That's something I'm really thankful
Makes you want to be
Instead
the best
of
version of
saying
yourself.
deals, she sees it.
for.
Makes you
She
be the
sees
best
your
version of
intricacies.
yourself.
She
Yeah.
sees your
Yeah.
inner, like she sees you she sees you for who you are,
Oh
no
yeah,
matter what.
absolutely.
Like that, and I think that's what I think that I think that's what you're trying to, like, in that sense. Like, and I love that because I'll tell you what, man, I completely agree with you. Same page. The thing that I'm most thankful for this year is my girlfriend and everything, and just the insanity of this year that it's been. I can't help but smile. Right? Just the way that she loves and inspires me to be a better person, and just to be my authentic self, and to be proud of that, and to always give me courage and like strength and everything. And it's really cool.
Loves
when
you
you
the
meet
way you are, not who they want you to be.
Exactly. Exactly. They love you for who you are, not for someone they wished you could be, and they're trying to make you that,
Mhm.
right? Like it is such a cool experience. And I don't probably I forget. Do you have
Yeah.
someone? That's
Yeah.
what I thought. You're
Yeah.
married, right? You have a
Yeah.
husband.
Yeah. Me and my partner have been together for 16
That's
years.
what I thought. Okay, cool.
You're
It'll
not
be
thankful for your
9.
partner now?
So now I'm like, as you guys are saying, I'm like, oh my gosh, totally. Yes, absolutely.
Is he? Are we
Cody.
watching?
Are you there?
Waiting for me outside.
Just waiting for that to pop up in the
What's his
chat.
name?
Cody Thompson.
And how'd you meet
Yes.
Cody?
How did I meet Cody? We met at Trax nightclub. When
Cool.
people actually met in person.
Cool.
Yeah, so
Not a
we
bumblebee or a
15 years ago,
Bumblebee.
or a
I
spark.
said you're cute. He said you're cute, and
That was the pickup
six.
line?
Well, there was a lot more words. Needless to say, we were at a bar. Yeah, but of course, same thing you both said. He makes me want to be the best version of myself, but also
Yeah.
my biggest cheerleader.
Mhm.
He is behind every crazy
Yeah.
idea. Behind every bad outfit that makes him look better. Um,
He's really
but
behind those, huh?
I like that. I like that shirt a lot. You should wear
yeah,
that one more often.
100%, 100%. Yes, but I couldn't imagine living life without him.
And that's amazing. And you know what's cool? You don't have to. You know what I mean?
100%.
Like, and that's and it's so cool that we get to experience our lives with people who make us feel the way we do.
I think this is actually like this shows a bigger message, right? We all get to be our unique selves,
Mm-hmm.
and we've found partners that accept us who we are and want us to be better, but be the better versions we want to grow into, not who they see,
Yeah.
but like, oh, that's your path. Yeah, I'm going to help you. Like, how can we take a step forward?
Yeah.
I'm here for it. And I mean, it's awesome that we're all in this position, but there's a lot of folks out there that are, and for those that aren't, that person's coming.
Exactly. And
Also find your people, it
true.
doesn't necessarily have
Yes.
to be, a significant other, but it
Yeah.
could be, your chosen family,
Yeah.
people that share like-minded interests as
Hmm.
you do. We talked about a lot of, you know, family, but and what it looks like on the table.
Yeah.
Sometimes it looks different every year.
It does. Family, if family is something that evolves in the sense like there's always your core family, right? But like, your blood family, but then you also have, your friends, right? And like, because here's the thing, like when you move away from home, you are essentially, okay, my family, I will always have them, right? But like, I'm not going to see them every day. I can't, if I need someone to help me something, they're not, like, so you need to find people who become your family, your friend
Right.
family in this sense, right?
Right.
I think this is a Lilo and Stitch quote, so sorry.
No, we'll come up.
But what family is the group that you're born into? Ohana are the family that you choose.
Ohana
Yeah.
means family.
And I think, you know, it's funny,
Yeah.
but it's important, right? You say find your people, find your tribe.
Yeah.
Home is where your heart is.
Yeah, they're going to be
That's
the people
promise.
that are with you for years. It may be a year, it may be 15
Yeah,
years, but friendships will come and go, but they all build for where you're going. And it's okay if they go. It doesn't mean anything bad happened,
it's
but
true.
you just happen to choose other people.
True, and I think there's a very real argument to be made that we are all growing, right? If you consider everyone to be a flower, right? Like we look at people as a flower or a plant, right? We're growing.
Hmm.
And so we don't crumple and die. We need to prune,
Yeah.
right?
Mm.
Because, at the end of the day, that one leaf or that one person or whatever, that one extension, I mean, it's an analogy, right?
No, it's
But it
so true
works.
though.
Like you need to prune and cut them away because they're taking energy, they're taking time, they're taking this, and like, what are they giving back? And so,
Mhm.
I actually, I was thinking about that today, right? I was thinking about the podcast,
Mhm.
what we can talk about. Um, and like, business and like life is a business, right? If you think of it like that, it's like it's transactional, but it doesn't deal in the currency that we deal in with business. The currency is time,
Yes,
I would
the
say.
only
Wow.
thing we can't get more of.
It's time. And so if we consider our life our own business, our own independent business,
Yeah.
right? And our own currency is time, how we choose to spend our time and our energy.
Actually, it's a movie that's based on that.
Oh, is it
It's
Justin
Where,
Timberlake in
yeah, yeah,
time?
where
That's
he's
a
got the
yeah,
little
yeah,
counter on his
yeah,
forearm.
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
But could you imagine
yeah.
how the world would be different if that was the decision? It's like, hey, you want this Twix bar that's gonna
Oh,
cost you
goodness.
3 days. Oh, oh, okay. Maybe I don't need it that bad. But like, but that's kind of what the
It's
movie's about,
true.
right? It's like
Yeah.
3 hours of time, and it's kind of like, and it's wild, right? Because it is true, and it all goes back to the framing of how we look at things.
Yeah. Isn't everything about perspective though?
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Well, I think we waste like
Most things, I would say most things.
this way. I feel like when we're talking about photos, um, and how I don't have a lot of them, or I don't know, or I say I'm a bad photographer
Yeah,
because I try to spend more time in the moment and knowing that you may never get to experience this again. But I
I
saw it through my phone.
I share your sentiment, and I've had the same dilemma when I was at like, concerts or whatever. It's like you see people like holding their phones out, right? People are like, oh
mhm.
wow, not a phone in sight. Like people just need to be more present. To me, hey, by the way, I want to give a massive shout out to our tech team. This is Hoyt right here. All right, he's an incredible audio engineer. We're very excited and fortunate to have him on staff.
Almost
And
do this.
also, we got Matt sitting at the desk behind the TV and the cameras and all that stuff, all those cords. There he is. Really appreciate you, buddy, and everything you do to help set up this podcast. These two guys really are incredible to work with, and I'm very fortunate to call them members of my work family for sure. Thank you guys, appreciate it.
I would trade places, but I don't have the skills they do.
You know, that's such an interesting aspect of things, right? Because people are like, "Oh, your life is so easy," or it's like, "Oh, you don't have, your schedule is so inconsistent," or you basically work whenever you want. It's like, yeah, I do, but at the same time, like, you don't know all of the like, I have to be responsible though. Like, even though I don't have a schedule, I still have responsibilities.
Adulting.
It's
I
like
still have adulting to
it's like
do.
a doctor being on call. Like I
Exactly.
may not have to work, but that doesn't mean like I can go out and have a drink or go mountain biking and crash or do whatever,
Yeah, it's
right?
true.
Like I still have to be available to go to work
Yeah,
in the event that I'm needed.
exactly, for sure, and, like, eh, and it just goes back to that perspective, right? And, like, as I don't know, people work 9 to 5s and, like, they're like, "Oh, so, like, it's Saturday and Sunday, I'm off. You wanna go do something?" It's like, "I have to go shoot a wedding," or, "I
Mhm.
have to
Like,
go
what's a
to this
9 to 5?
event." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's interesting, and that's something about the event industry, the event and hospitality industry that a lot of people don't really take into account. We work really weird hours across the board because
Yep.
when people are working, like sometimes we're like the events aren't when normal work hours are. They're after
Yep.
work hours and they're in the weekends and all these different events and stuff like that.
I think when it
So,
comes, with scheduling, it's when you have to prioritize, think about yourself. Also,
mm,
we as event professionals or hospitality providers, so focused on providing for everybody else, we seldomly remember, like, oh gosh, when was the last time that I got to do this? Or,
When was the
so
last time I had a meal?
well,
That one
that
happens.
yeah, that also, but taking that time for yourself, and
Yeah.
it's very
oh,
important.
and that was actually something I was gonna say too. When it comes to like people who don't have the lack of a better word blessings that we have as far as for Thanksgiving, right? Like maybe
Mhm.
it's just you live alone or this will be your first Thanksgiving by yourself. Like try to make it special. Because I mean, if no one else, just for you. Like
Yeah.
go maybe go to a really fancy dinner or like go or like make a meal for yourself and just watch your favorite movie or just really take time to just be thankful for where you're at in life because here's the thing. Whenever you're moving, no one got to where they are in a day.
No.
And there are days where like all of us sitting at this table was alone on Thanksgiving, where we sat alone.
Mm,
And whether that was because of work or responsibility, like whatever, right? Or even if not Thanksgiving, a holiday, like you still gotta try to make it special for yourself. And
100%.
that would be my encouragement to anyone listening. Just try to keep it special for you if no one else, just for
Yeah.
you.
And don't be afraid to call a friend. Like
I was gonna say the
Absolutely.
same
just
thing,
For sure.
say
say
hi.
something.
Talk
And
on the phone
yeah,
about nothing.
not mind readers, we don't know if you're alone. If
Yeah, exactly. And like I'm sure that person would be really excited to get that text message.
100%.
And because like, yeah, man, like I'm not doing anything. Want to come over and like we can just hang out and watch football? Like, it's being Thanksgiving is a holiday based all around gratitude. And to me, no amount of depression will change your past.
Yeah.
No amount of anxiety will change your future. But the smallest bit of gratitude drastically changes your present.
Absolutely.
And Thanksgiving is all about gratitude. It 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 is. It is just, what are you thankful for? What do you like, tell me about something that's going on with you, right? And I just think people go into Thanksgiving, some people go into it like, I'm really excited for today. And other people are like, oh, I gotta get dressed. I have to go see my in-laws and blah 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 blah. Like,
it also can be the first time they got dressed that week.
that's a good
Well,
point.
there's that.
That's a good point.
You know,
More excuses to get out.
for those of you that have moved here, like put together a Friendsgiving. I
Sure.
have a number of buddies that moved out from the East Coast,
Yeah.
and I get invited every year. He does it for all of the group that doesn't have family here. And genuinely, my only regret is I've never been able to attend because I've had family function there.
Yeah.
But like, there's always a place to go or somebody to talk to.
There's
Yes.
also local organizations that do potlucks and
Yeah.
group gatherings for
Mhm.
Don't don't be too prideful to eat a meal by yourself.
Oh,
yeah,
sometimes it's the best thing you can do.
100%.
True, and just reach out. Like, because here's the thing. there's someone else who's also feeling that way.
Mm-hmm.
And when you guys like communicate that, you both won't feel that way.
Yep.
Like, and that goes across the board for anything we could talk about. You can throw anything about that in there. Having a conversation and just being like, hey, just opening up and being vulnerable.
Yeah.
Because that's, I mean, and that's scary. People are afraid of their emotions, but like at the end of the day, like trust your emotions. Like, because they are so powerful and not dictating, but in guiding you
Well,
and how you operate, how you live, how you love and give and all that.
and don't
Like,
worry, no one's gonna judge you.
no,
They are far too caught up in their own
Fill that
heads
plate.
about the same thing you're going through in
yeah.
your head. Like you're the only person thinking that. Everyone else just wants your company and the conversation.
And if anything else, they're gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, please! We have so much food here. I don't want to throw this food out.
Yeah.
Please come over.
Take some with you.
Well, take some with you. Yeah, please come over.
We
Like
got a guest room, stay
Yeah.
the night. You know, like
exactly. You
My
know,
mom always says, bring extra Tupperware because you're not taking mine.
you know what? It's like we should like instead of BYOB,
Yeah.
BYOT. Bring your own Tupperware.
Also, I don't want to be I don't want to expect her to give me all this food. So I come with like a bag full of Tupperware. It's like, hey, fill her up.
okay, when was the last time your mom sent you home
100%.
empty?
No, but that's so funny though. Like that's like I mean that's equivalent of hey listen I know what we're about. Listen, we know what's gonna happen. This is maturity.
Yeah.
Yep,
Okay,
yep,
like before I would like have like just a plate wrapped in aluminum
Yep.
foil and hope it doesn't
It's
spill
gross.
on
It's
the way
gross.
home.
Yeah,
It's
100%.
gross. Hey, listen, I got my Tupperware and I am ready to take all the leftovers home that I can.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm here to help you. At the end of the day, I mean, this is what we're trying to do. I'm just here to help.
Yeah,
You know,
100%.
then you meal prep for like 2 weeks.
That's why I love going to mom's house. Meal prep.
What are your favorite foods aside from Thanksgiving? Just oh, by the way, before we jump into that, your partner is here and he says hello.
Oh,
Hi, Cody.
Cody.
Really excited. You have a lovely man here. Thank you for letting us borrow him for the evening. We'll get him back safe and sound, I promise.
Like favorite
Yeah,
foods.
favorite food. Just curious.
I would take a potato in pretty much any form. Like if I was really desperate, I'd eat it raw.
Potato raw is
potatoes.
that's mad work, my guy. Listen, I will never yuck
Find me
someone's
something
yum.
else better to eat raw.
I will not yuck your yum.
Like
I will not do
I-
that. But
I will eat a potato in
Throw
any
some
Wow.
sugar
form.
on it. It's fine.
potato and sugar?
I don't know.
No, I mean, okay.
Is
said
it better
I mean,
covered in
yeah.
dirt?
I mean, honestly,
Hold it out of the
just
ground.
okay. So just give you a potato and you can take a bite out like it's like
I
an
mean,
apple.
if that's where we were and I had a potato and I didn't have a way to cook it, yeah, I'd eat a potato.
Good for you, man.
Uh,
Potatoes are awesome. I mean, they're
yeah.
so versatile, and then like they can be cooked in a myriad of ways.
Oh yeah.
And all of them are different, and they all like you give me French fries with cheese, I'll love it just as much as you give me scalloped potatoes with cheese, and it's you know what I mean, or like sour cream and
Tater
bacon,
tot?
and tater tots. Tater tots are an unsung hero of
Mm.
our childhood.
I don't like tater tots.
You don't like tater tots?
Don't tell anybody.
Okay, so how do you feel about hash browns?
Okay. Smother covered.
They're
Nice
the same
chopped.
thing, though, aren't they?
No, I
Yeah, I
understand
know,
what you're saying
different.
though.
Okay, not okay. Hash browns is a vague description. I was specifically thinking of McDonald's hash brown.
So
No.
just like a
Yeah.
gigantic tater tot. That's fair. I get that. I get that.
I don't know.
See, like, if somebody said, "Hey, like, we're having breakfast, put together a plate. I'm putting hash browns on there,"
Cool.
and if they were
Yeah.
hash browns next to tater tots, hash browns all day.
For sure. Hash browns are
Like
great.
they are different. They got like a little bit of a different
Yeah.
texture and consistency.
Yeah, yeah.
Plus, like good hash browns, you get a good crunch. Tater
Mhm.
tots can be hit or
Mhm.
miss, man.
True. True. The good crunch on the hash browns is key. I mean, like home fries, like
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Mhm.
Okay, Pablo. So what's your favorite food?
Fried chicken.
Oh, okay. Fried
Yeah.
chicken is
I'm like a fried chicken connoisseur.
Is there a
Yeah.
specific fried chicken? Are we talking like, are we Southern fried chicken? Are we Korean fried chicken?
Southern fried chicken.
Okay.
Yeah. It has to have the right brine, the right crisp,
Yep.
right
Okay.
skin.
I'm so excited to ask you
So,
this question, my guy.
what's my favorite kind? Where do I get it from?
Where's your favorite chicken sandwich at? Fried chicken. Where's your favorite fried chicken place in Denver that I could drive to?
King Soopers. Yeah. That's-
Actually, their fried chicken is really good.
yeah.
I don't
They
know.
do something about
Dude.
it's all about the brine. It's
Not
about the brine.
expect that. That is
Yeah.
such an awesome
Yeah.
pull because I
mean-
live right across from a King Supers.
Yeah. But also you can get like 5 drumsticks for $5 on a certain day.
It's really that good though? Even better than
so good.
restaurants.
100%.
Like I was really hoping you weren't going to say the Post.
Oh,
Like, in there, right? They have good fried chicken and good beer.
yeah,
But like, bang for your buck, something that you're like,
100%
this
the
is
King. Yeah,
reliable. It's
yeah,
always consistently good.
100%.
King Soup.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
promise you tomorrow I will go to King Soopers and get fried chicken, and I will let you know how good it is because I believe you. I trust you.
This may be a
100%.
follow-up
13th and
podcast.
Spear. That
No,
one.
I
mean, it's the sketchy King Supers, but it's 13th.
Oh yeah, if you can get into the parking lot, sure, you can go to that one.
So the one I
And
actually I live
sketchy places have the best food.
I live in
Fair.
you know what?
That's fair.
One of our favorite shows, my girlfriend and I, we watch a show on TikTok. It's called Sketchy Food Review, where it's just this son and his mother.
We are such different ages.
Uh,
Watch a show on
Yeah.
TikTok.
If you feel frightened for your life, it's gonna be good food.
No,
It's scary.
but it's really cool
Sketchy
because
show reviews,
they
okay.
just go
Sketchy food
sketchy food review, and it's my favorite thing about it. It's a mother and her son, and they go to these places together. And now, like they've had like they're in episode 30 or whatever, and it started just this guy had some social media background. I probably went to school for it, and just like, hey mom, I got an idea for a show. Would you mind coming with me to do the show? And they film their reactions, eating the food, and it's really fun. They rate the experience, and like it's just now they branched out. They have sponsorship. Like
Okay.
Southwest is actually flying them to different states
Oh wow.
to do these shows and stuff like that. And it just goes back to show like just an idea where, you're just trying to who show people's passions who aren't seen.
Yeah.
Because these people are just, doing their best to make food and like you judge it, right? It's like you judge it based on
Yeah.
the location and whatnot. But I will say though, guys, we are coming up on the end of the time for the podcast, and so I want to make sure I give
Sad.
you guys. Honestly, this one's flown by.
Oh my gosh.
This has been so fun. Every one of these is just so much fun, and I'm so grateful to each of you for joining me. What I'd like to do, I'd like to give you each an opportunity. You can like look at your cameras and just kind of do your own plug. You can either say what your plan is or what you'd like to do, how they can reach you, whatnot. Um, you can plug, and then I'll do what I need to do and close us out here. And yeah,
Lead us off.
Oh great. I would say thank you for having me.
Oh,
This has been such a pleasure having a
absolutely.
conversation with you, gentlemen. Yeah, if you need me, I'm very active on LinkedIn and up to date on all my happenings and go abouts. And please feel free to reach out and say hello.
Awesome. Thanks, Pablo.
I will also say thank you to both of you. This has been a very fun conversation. It's been light, and I agree it's gone very fast.
Yeah.
And then with that, I'd say, if you want to get in touch with any of us, LinkedIn's always a great place. If you've got more specific event questions, you can go to our website at biberomeetingsandevents.com, or, through LinkedIn, whatever is actually easiest for you. As well as if you want any of us to talk about your questions, your upcoming event, like
Yeah.
let us know. We're happy
100%.
to have the conversation. It doesn't mean that you have to say, oh, like I'm picking Pablo over
Yeah.
Jackson. It doesn't mean that at all, but we're happy to collaborate and
For sure.
see what you guys have out there that we can help make those dreams come true.
100%.
Well, thanks, guys. Both of you. Truly.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Because as we talked about, we're not getting more of it, right? And I am so grateful to each of you for your openness and you sharing your insight, your experiences, and just helping us all become better, right? Because in life you either get bitter or you get better. And I choose better every time. Dang it. Almost had it. I choose better
bitter every
I
time.
choose bitter, okay? Like
It shows.
end the
Shows so
show.
much.
No, but honestly, bitter or better. That's the choice, right? And so thank you so much, everyone, for watching. If you are a venue person who is interested in hosting, or you are an event vendor that you want to be a guest on the show, please let us know. We'd love to have you. We also are always looking for more sponsors to help keep this show going, and we're so grateful for the ones we do have. And again, thank you so much to all of them mentioned before. And lastly, if you're wanting to launch a podcast of your own, we'd love to help creatively collaborate with you and help that vision become reality. So please don't hesitate to reach out. And thank you so much for everyone. Have a very happy Thanksgiving, have a Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year. And we'll see you again in
Hanukkah.
2026.
Kwanzaa.
Be present, and go into the holidays with nothing but love and curiosity, and just really appreciate every moment that you have with your family, and just make this holiday as magical as it can possibly be this holiday season. Thank you guys so much. And with that, we're out.